Welcome back, party people. You are listening to Crossplay, our video game podcast here at the Whatnauts. It is Saturday, February 20th, 2021, and coming up on today's show, I did not change our notes from the last one. So coming up on today's show, Nintendo had
Direct.
a Nintendo Direct, their first one since like September 2019. It's going to be excited to talk about that. Yeah. Let's see. We also had BlizzCon. They had their things. It looks like people are starting to get a little bit more excited for Overwatch 2. And Xbox has FPS boost. What is that? We'll be talking about that in just a bit. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Gino Viteri.
What's up, Kyle? What's up, Alan? What's up, Ignacio? How you guys doing? I'm doing real good. I'm hanging out. You know how it is.
Like he said, Alan Busby is also here.
I'm back and still collecting trophies.
As always.
Still the collection.
Ignacio.
Yeah, your trophy.
What's up with you, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Going good.
Yeah, my roof is up.
Your roof is up?
That joke didn't make sense.
Wow.
Oh, what's up? Okay.
What's up?
Okay,
that's a bad one. Ignacio.
Okay, but seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but seriously, what is up, dog?
I don't know.
That's an old one.
What's up, dog, with you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
no
right.
one ever falls for it.
Anyways, I'm having a good weekend. I had 2 snow days on Thursday and Friday. I guess technically ice days. We had like an ice storm, and my job shut down and stuff like that. So I just got to hang out, stream some video games, read some comics. It was pretty good.
That's nice, man. That's nice.
Pretty good indeed. Gino, I should say. I'm about to have some words with you though.
Sure. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I streamed more of Little Nightmares 2.
Yes, dude.
You didn't warn me about the hospital.
Damn.
I didn't have to warn you about nothing, dude.
God, it's still like the right kind of scary. Like it's a good fun kind of scary, but man, those mannequins, fuck.
But it's so cool the way they do it. Like the way it's done. The way you have to use light to protect yourself in a way.
So I had to like end up using this like claw formation on the controller. I don't know if you guys can see on my screen, but I had to have my index finger on the X button to run, and then my thumb. So I'm sitting there like that.
The claw. That's how it is. The claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even have to use the claw. All you have to do is just swivel with the analog stick when you're in the being chased. The mannequins have a finicky AI though, because even when you shine the flashlight, there's a slight delay when they freeze, so they still grab you anyways.
Yeah. But man, I was like trying to figure it out of like, how do I make him stop? Do I like lure him over here? Like, come get me. Man, I died so much.
And then there's that specific part where the room is filled with them.
God, no! I'm sitting there the whole time. No, don't, no.
Yeah, that room was so cool because you didn't know which ones were gonna come alive, so you had to really play around with it. It's so great, so great.
Do you know the first room you go in with all the mannequins that before you get onto that first bed? That's for some reason not a checkpoint. You can actually get to the whole room and not have a single mannequin move.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay, that's the trophy hunter right there. You're getting
it's
all
not,
trophies, I'm assuming?
It's not a trophy.
But are you trying to platinum Little Nightmares?
Yeah.
Of course he is.
That's what Alan does. Cool. Platinums things. Well, yeah. Do you guys want to just keep on going then with what we've been?
Before that, I have some words.
Okay.
I have to touch Gino.
Someone else has an issue with Gino.
I'm just going to listen, Ignacio. I'm just going to listen. Okay. What do you got?
So Gino, the other day you asked me on the Discord if you should buy Digimon World Next Order.
Yeah.
And I told you that's a complicated question. You asked me if it was good or bad, and it's not that simple. Okay. So you said that you have never played a Digimon World game, right?
No, I have not.
Do you have any idea as to what they are or what Next Order is?
I
Any
from what
notions?
From what I'm seeing, it looks like collect Digimon type game that you fight with those Digimon in a similar way that you would fight them with, like the way Pokemon does it.
See, that's the thing. Okay. That's the complicated part because
interesting.
I think that what you are imagining would be closer to more of a Digimon story Cyber Sleuth, where it would be more like you are capturing Digimon, you have them fight kind of like in a Pokemon style.
Okay.
Digimon World Next Order is...
It's like Tamagotchi for Digimon. It's Tamagotchi.
It's basically Tamagotchi. So you have your own Digimon that you have two partner Digimon, which you have to grow from the egg until the highest that you can go. And so you gotta have them train. You have your own village, which you have to better, you have to upgrade. And by that, you'll then be able to have your Digimon go higher levels.
Okay.
But your Digimons can also die on you, just like a Tamagotchi.
Oh, interesting.
And so the whole game is about you learning the best ways to get a certain Digi evolution, and when they die, you basically are just learning how to get better at it, so that next time you can go even higher and higher, while you're also going out and recruiting Digimon to join your own village, which then would help you on your own quest to train your Digimon. They'll give you new stuff. But so yeah, like Alan put it, it is basically a Digimon Tamagotchi, which would be like the original Digimon concept.
Which it sounds good. So is the game good?
Well, it depends what you're looking. It depends what you're looking for. If you prefer the more turn-based battle system of like the Cyber Sleuth and some of the older Digimon games, then it's right. Then that's what you want. But that's not what this is. Digimon World Next Order is pretty much a continuation, like spiritual successor to the Digimon World, the first game. Like you have to devote time to it. You have to do a lot of training and raising and devoting time to it. If you don't want to devote the time to raising your Digimon over and over again to have them get stronger, then this isn't for you. This you have to put in more time. It's not just, fight battles, level up, Digivolve. This is more complicated than that.
Yeah. So if that's what you're looking for, it will be good. But if it's not, then you will not enjoy it. I tried it out the first time, hoping to get more of a Digimon story game out of it. But that's not the game. So the first time I tried it out, I didn't like it at all. But then once I understood what the game is and what it's trying to do, then I enjoyed it more my second time playing through it. But yeah, you have to know what you're getting into and it being what you want. If not, it will not vibe with you. So I think for you, it would be more of a story game.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I asked because I saw, you guys know the PSN has the Big in Japan sale right now.
Yeah.
And I was looking at all the deals, and that one's like 75% off. So I was like, wow, that's pretty good for a full price game. So I figured I'd ask you because see what it's like.
Did you like Digimon?
I like Digimon, yeah. But I've never played any of the Digimon games. Like I watched the show when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I never played any of the games.
I mean, if you like Digimon, you can get enjoyment out of it, and for $15, obviously go for it. But again, I would recommend instead of that one that you play one of the story games, like Cyber Sleuth or Haggard's Memory.
Okay, I didn't go that far down in the list of sales, so maybe one of those is on sale too. I don't know.
I think they are not on sale at least on PSN. I don't know if they are on sale.
Too bad.
Those aren't Japan games, though.
They might be on sale on Switch, but I don't know if it on the PSN.
Well, I'll look into it then. Thank you for your explanation.
Welcome.
Digimon expert Ignacio Rojas here.
That's what they call me. That's why I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about what all we've been playing. Let's start off with Little Nightmares 2 because it seems like a few of us have been playing that. Like I said, I was streaming it. We streamed it last Wednesday for Whatnauts Wednesday. It was me playing it, and Gino was there making fun of me. And that was good fun. And then I streamed it on Friday just because it was a good snow day. Just like I'm just gonna do here and hang out. It's good.
Look at you, Kyle. Look at you,
pro streamer, right?
No,
watch out,
you
Ninja.
going from
Here I come.
barely being able to play Resident Evil to playing a horror game on your own.
It's so
like I said,
different, though.
It's
Little
not.
Nightmares.
It's not the same kind. Like this is the exact kind of horror that I can do, or is not scary enough because it is cartoonish in its way, or in the gameplay style, right? But yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. And I do every once in a while have issues with the controls. Like it just doesn't really do exactly what I want it to do, or the animations are slow, and it's just like, I thought I hit that thing, but it was like a centimeter off, and it was just like, come on.
Kyle, you are right that the controls sometimes feel a bit wonky. When you're going for precise movements, they are a little they're not always 100% smooth. They're very responsive normally, but yeah, there are some sections where you need precise movements that the controls don't quite match it, but at least for me, they're so far and few between that they don't matter that much.
Yeah.
But when they happen a lot, or you're dying a lot, or you're going real slow, then they become more of a problem.
Yeah. Like there was one part where I'm walking down this hallway and I have a hammer, and there were these like little clay children that are after me. And there's one that comes out right in front of me as I'm walking down this hall towards the camera, and I smash him fine. And then there's one that comes out behind me. And so I have to like turn around and walk away from the camera to go get him. And I have no idea why, but it took me like 10 tries to like get past that part. I'm like, this shouldn't be that difficult. Like it's not even hard, but it's just like I keep missing by just a small bit, and just like it's frustrating. But yeah, it's
Kyle, did you only get to the hospital? I think, which is the second or the third chapter.
Is that where you're at now? One. I got past the hospital. And then I think at the start of the next one, which I don't know exactly what it is yet, if it's like an apartment building or a hotel or something, but I'm like right at the start of that one.
Have you gotten to where the TV teleports you to the door? Have you opened that door yet?
I haven't opened it yet. No.
Okay. All right. So that's a little story beat there that I really enjoy. So
interesting. Cool.
So I'm looking forward to you experiencing that. But yeah, man, Little Nightmares 2, it's like I said when I was playing it, when I got to that part, when I opened that door, I stopped and I tweeted, this is my game of the year, because I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so interesting. And then I rolled credits hours later, and it cemented like the ending. Just Alan, I think you tweeted this, that it just, your jaw dropped at that ending there. It did the same thing for me, man. And I couldn't enjoy this game more. I really do. It's one of those games that I want to go back and just play again, just to experience it. I don't even care about collectibles or anything. I just want to experience it again. Like you guys said, it is wonky sometimes, because I think they tried to add a lot more action into this game than the first one had. I know you didn't play the first one, Kyle. The first one's a lot more stealth and running away than fighting to save yourself. So they added that in this game, I guess, to give it a little bit more action. But again, they're few and far between. That doesn't really make that much of a difference. But yeah, the thing that shines in this story is the storytelling in itself with all the silence. You know, so So I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait for you to finish it. Super excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's what I've been playing, dude. I've been playing that. I've been playing Control. I think, Alan, you have Control on here as well. Should I talk about that?
Go for it.
I already played Control on the PS4, so I really have nothing new. Like, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I played it, and it honestly, my only real changes is its performance is a bit smoother, only when unpausing in the game, but it still is a little bit janky, but other than that, the game looks the same, plays the same. It's the same thing.
So janky how?
The fact that when you pause the game, when you unpause it, there's a slight jitter.
Yeah, that's how
when you
unpause
it. It still exists on the PS5 version, but it's not as severe on the PS5 as it is on the PS4.
Yeah, it is smoother. So I had this conversation with Kyle when we streamed Little Nightmares 2 on Wednesday, and I think we honed in on why I'm so afraid of that game, and it's and it is the office building aesthetic of it.
Yeah, I don't know how you're afraid of Control. The game is not even scary.
Is it scary to me? That's what I'm saying.
It is a bit creepy, but
yeah, it is creepy. Yeah. It is weird, but for me, it was just scary for something. I don't know, and it was that. It was the environment that was scaring me. The empty office building.
Let's put it this way: Little Nightmares 2 is scarier than Control.
For some reason, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, but what I did was, I made the game easy for me, so I turned on like snap aim assist and stuff like that, so I didn't have to worry about fighting all these freaking waves of monsters that were coming at me that were scaring me as well, and then now I have to defend myself against them. So it's like, let me make it as easy as possible. And I mean, this game is super weird, super fun, and there's not much to say about it. It's Control. People won Game of the Year 2018, I'm assuming. So yeah,
great game.
So yeah, it's great. It is good.
Snap aiming, shame.
Yeah, man.
Shame.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it, to be honest with you. Yeah. That's why I admit it.
What powers do you have right now?
I'm waiting to get flying, dude. How far into the game is that? Because I don't have
It's a ways.
Oh, is it? I have just the dash and the mind control and the throwing or whatever. I have that stuff. That's all I have.
Nice.
All right, you're farther than I am, but I've barely been playing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the powers of Control are so well done. I think that before Jedi Fallen Order, its grabbing mechanic or telekinesis mechanic felt really much like being a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is always pretty cool.
No, the thing I'll give Control like with that is, you say the powers are great. They are. The reason the powers of Control are so great is because the game, they're all so well designed that you feel encouraged to use all of them, because all of them are good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though once you level up launch, like once you give it even 2 upgrades, it's literally the most overpowered thing in the game. So like, why use anything else besides launch? So it's just it's so busted.
Yeah.
Speaking of scary games, though, I finally beat The Medium. Old credits on that one. I don't really have much else to say. It was good. It was fine. Not really something that I was super interested in. But yeah, it's pretty creepy too. Good stuff. If you have Game Pass, go check it out. That wheelchair moment is, I want to say, like halfway in the game, and that is when the story gets interesting, and it's just like, oh, okay, there's more stuff to this than what they're putting on here. So good stuff.
And look at you, Kyle, playing 2 scary games on your own.
Yeah, wow, look at
I'm telling you,
dude.
next up, Outlast.
No,
they grow up so fast.
No,
I'm gonna get you playing Outlast at some point. At least play through Resident Evil 3.
Yes, play that one, because that's the first one I played that got me into it. So that one's a good one. I like it.
But Resi 2 and Resi 4 is so much better than 3 by like leagues.
4? Have you played 4 recently?
Have I?
I have never played 4, but those controls feel or look so outdated.
No, 4 is timeless. I own 4 on like everything.
Yeah,
except PC. Except PC. Sorry, PC. No thanks.
Yeah, I can't wait for the remake. I want them to remake 4 because I don't want to play with those old controls. But yeah, RE2 remake is better than 3, but Kyle should play through 3.
It is actually a lot shorter of a game though, so
yeah.
That's what I've heard. So instead of taking 2 weeks, it'll only take me 1 week, so.
Instead of
week and a
you
half.
about a month.
Like a week and a half. We'll say.
Cool.
Let's see, what else have I been playing? So we got provided codes for Bravery Network Online. Gino, you got one, but you haven't had a chance to play it yet. I dived into it for about an hour so far, and it's an interesting game. Let me see here. While I'm talking about it, I'm going to pull up all of our information on it as well. It's a turn-based RPG, and I found it really, really interesting, as well as kind of frustrating. Like the things that make it interesting make it just a little bit more of a challenge, which is both good and bad. So let's see here. We got that stuff. Okay, so Bravery Network Online is by Gloam, I believe is how you pronounce it. GLOAM. And we got provided the codes by Pop Agenda, so thank you to Pop Agenda for sending us those codes. But yeah, so it's this like indie turn-based RPG where they do these things. They have these fights that they call bravery fights, and it's one-on-one. However, you can have a whole team with you, and you can tag different teammates in. So think Pokemon, like how the Pokemon fight system is, and that's basically what it is. However, this game really emphasizes making sure you have the right character out there. You can't really brute force it like you can in Pokemon, of just like, well, I really like my Pikachu, so I'm just gonna make sure my Pikachu is super strong, and then that's the only one you use. This really makes sure that you rely on your teammates and stuff, of like, oh, this is the one that is has good defense against physical attacks and has good good psychic attack or something.
Okay.
Like that. So I found myself switching characters a lot, which made the fighting more interesting. However, that I think was also maybe the problem that I ran into, is that the other team would then send in another character. And so I would have to look through my team and be like, okay, here's the one that I should send in. And I would send them in and switch them. But then the other team would switch their character. So then I had to switch my character. And then they switched theirs again. And it just, there wasn't fighting. And like, maybe if I was lucky, I would get a hit in. But I'm not super far in. I only played for about an hour, so I got through most of the tutorial stuff, and I will say that it does a very good job of tutorializing you and just like how to play the game, and here's the strategies and stuff like that, which I was really impressed by that, because like second half of 2019 and into 2020, there were a lot of games that were there were a lot of games that were just like, here's the game, have fun. And it's like, I don't know how to play this. Can you show me how? They're just like, good luck. It's like, okay, well, thanks. But this is like, hey, here's what you do. Here's the things you need to think about. Here's the specific stats you need to look at to make sure this character will do good. And yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot, and it does have a pretty neat sense of humor too.
From what I see, based off the pictures that I'm seeing in the videos that I see, it has that Scott Pilgrim-esque exactly. Character design, art design. So that's what interests me as well about it. So I haven't, like you said, I haven't had a chance to try it out, but I am interested in seeing what it's like.
Yeah.
So cool.
There's
sounds good, man.
I haven't got much of the story yet, so I don't really know what's happening, but it seems like some of these characters are immortal, and that's why they do these like fights and stuff like that. But I don't know what's up with that, so I'm excited to dive some more into that this next week. I believe it's on Steam early access right now.
Yeah.
So they're still working out some of the kinks and stuff, but I'm enjoying it so far.
Cool. Sounds good, man.
Yeah. Besides that, one of the things that was announced at the Nintendo Direct, which we will talk more about down the road, was a demo for Project Triangle Strategy. Which,
God, what a great name, dude.
What a terrible name. But also, what a great name, because it's like it's one of those things where it's so unusual that it stands out. It's just like, this isn't a great name, but it just because of that, it's just like, what is this? This is a new game from the team behind Octopath Traveler. So if you guys liked that art style, please check this one out. But it's also a turn-based tactics RPG. So if you guys like Final Fantasy Tactics or Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, or Tactics Ogre, stuff like that, this will be up your alley. And I'm loving it. I think I spent 2 hours with the demo and was like, okay, I'm done. I'm sold. I didn't even finish it. Just like I know that I will love this game here. Yeah, it's a lengthy one, lengthy demo.
Okay.
The one thing I didn't like about the demo, sorry, the one thing I didn't like is that there was a lot of cutscenes. So it is a little obtuse of just like, okay, like let's show me the gameplay, stuff like that. But when you are in the gameplay, it is very good. So
okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. I love Octopath Traveler. This is entirely different from it, but I love that art design and that sort of that world that it puts you in, you know. So I still have yet to try it. I gotta try it. I'm looking forward to it. And I like that they have a demo for a game that's coming out next year, you know? Like they already put out a demo for it. So that's good. That's good on them.
Yeah.
What did they call this style? Was it 2D HD, I think?
I think they
gave this style a name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, love the name. In my mind, I always keep calling it Triangle Square.
Push triangle square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think are the chances that it actually ends up being called Triangle Strategy?
Yeah, you know they're just gonna drop the word project. That's all that's gonna happen.
I mean, that's what they did with Octopath Traveler as well. They had Project Octopath Traveler, and then they just stuck with it. So
yeah, I mean, that's why all they're gonna do is drop project.
Yeah, people are already calling it that. They're saying Triangle Strategy already. So I just gonna be like, all right, whatever, dude, let's do it. Let's stick with it.
Yeah. But yeah, it looked wonderful. So definitely recommend checking that out. I think that game will be a hit.
Nice. Yeah, no, it definitely is. And the next one's going to be a cube world or something like that.
Right.
Going on with the shapes and stuff, you know? So good for them. Cool.
Exactly.
All right.
I haven't played it yet myself. I don't think I plan on playing Triangle Strategy. It doesn't look up my alley, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Damn.
Not for everyone.
Yeah, neither mine. I'll try out the demo. I haven't downloaded, but I doubt it will be up my alley.
Yeah. Alan, looks like you've also been playing Demon Souls.
Yeah, I actually finished this game like I think I finished it last Sunday night. So I finished it like a week ago, but Yeah, Demon's Souls was great. I mean, it took me forever to finally play one of the launch PlayStation 5 exclusives, so that was pretty great. But
Sure.
yeah, it was really cool seeing From Software where they came from and how their kind of franchise started with Demon's Souls. I I didn't even find it to be all that hard, but I mean, it was kind of the start of the game. But the game's amazing. Playing with headphones, hearing all those little extra sound effects. I will admit that grinding out collectibles and stuff for trophies or just materials in general for the game can be shitty. I learned from the Demon's Souls community that problem persisted on the PS3 and it exists now. So,
yeah.
And
thanks, Demon's Souls.
They wanted to stay true to it.
Yeah, let me
wanted to stay true to it.
Let me grind out one upgrade material that took me 4.5 hours to get one. Yeah, that was.
Ooh.
That's what I call fun.
4.5 hours to get one?
I don't know if people are just I don't know if people are not good at Demon's Souls or if I'm that good at Demon's Souls, because I would get invaded all the time, and I think I was probably invaded over my playthrough. I was probably invaded maybe like 13 to 14 times, and I was only ever killed once.
Nice.
And that's because somebody smacked me off the ledge, and it killed me. But
cool.
Yeah, the game looks beautiful too. Not scary, but I mean, I'm learning nothing scares me too much. So maybe it is scary. I don't know.
No, I think Demon's Souls isn't a scary game, isn't it? Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's one part where there's just this really gigantic heart just beating, wrapped up in chains, and then when you knock it down, there's all these like gross crawling insects that like crawl out of it with like covered in faces. So that can be kind of freaky as hell. But when you got a giant blade and you just kill them, are they really all that scary?
It's horror stuff. It's more like in Eldritch horror, I think is the right word.
Yeah,
there.
I think so.
But yeah,
it really makes me want to play Sekiro
stuff.
again. I really want to play Sekiro again. From playing Demon's Souls.
Ignacio, what about you?
Yep.
You got the hot new Steam game here, the hot new survival game.
Yeah, so I'm still been playing through Super Mario 3D World, but I have nothing new to just talk about it. It's still good. It's still a lot of fun. I still haven't beaten it, and it's still, again, I'm having so much fun with it. Other than that, I've been jumping in between games. For example, because of the Mortal Kombat trailer, I decided to actually start the Mortal Kombat 11 story. I have Mortal Kombat 11, but I never started the story, and so I'm playing through that. But yeah, one day on Facebook, I saw that one of the pages that I follow was talking about this new Viking game that was sweeping the world. And I thought it would look cool. I went on Steam, and since I had Steam money in my wallet, I bought it there. And later I found out that everyone's playing it now.
Yeah.
It's super popular right now on
I've played it, yeah.
Valheim.
Played it. I didn't write it.
Yeah. And so Valheim, what it is, Valheim, what it is, it's, of course, from the name, it is based around Norse mythology. And so I think the story goes that Odin wants to recruit like Vikings or soldiers to fight in a war against evil demons, whatever. And so the game is a survival game where you're literally dropped by a crow into this island. And so at first you're being guided by this crow telling you what's up, what do you do with the world. And so what you do is that you are in a forest, and so you gotta chop down trees. Like that you get wood, and with wood you can build now a workbench and shelter for you. And then with that you're supposed to build your own fort and start building chests, whatever you need to survive, weapons for
Sure,
it.
yeah.
And one of the things that separates Valheim from other survival games is that it has a focus on combat. Since you're, of course, based on Viking and Norse mythology, they wanted to give an emphasis on combat. I have been trying to give the game a shot, like a real shot for it to grab me, and I just cannot. I don't know why this game has been so popular.
Have you played other kind of survival games? Like, have you gotten into those ones?
The Forest, for example. Forest, I was playing it not long ago, and that game did grab me. So the game is still in early access, but it does feel a bit empty as to what you can do with it.
Are you playing alone, Ignacio?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. You can play with other people, and that will probably make it more fun. But still, it feels a bit empty as to what you can do with the game. Yeah, again, you can make your shelter, you can make weapons. I think you can upgrade your weapons, but that's just the thing. I don't know exactly what to do with it. Or what can I do, or how to do stuff. So, Alan?
No, I don't know if that was like you or my computer, like something like froze up for a second.
No, that's fine.
Did it freeze?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I played this as well. I've played with a few. I think I have what is it, three or four. One of my friends got heavily addicted to this game. I did not.
Yeah.
And she's playing with she's playing dedicated with two other people they have built these two forts and they're going so hard.
Wow.
So I have played twice, I think a total of 10 hours. And I hopped in the second time. I joined her world. They geared me up. They like built armor, they built stuff for me and then we fought. So in the map, in the world, there's, I think, I want to say like 13 or 15 big bosses. And the first one that you fight, is it less than that? I don't know how many it is.
Like 5.
Because there's this center part where you have all the pillars that you have to offer the sacrifice once you kill them. I felt like I saw more than that, but yeah. So the first one you fight is this big eldritch deer or whatever with these huge antlers and with like a lightning monster kind of stuff, and then so I fought that with them, got the trophy. Off that, you build better armor. And you gear up to fight these bigger monsters that you it's similar to Monster Hunter in that sense, where you're building armor off of them, and you're getting better geared and exploring the world. And yeah, like Ignacio said, it's like the Forest. Think of the Forest, think of Rust. If you like those, I'm not sure exactly why it's not capturing you, Ignacio, because it is exactly like like those games. But it has that Viking touch to it, you know. So I've played it too much. I'm not that crazy in the survival crafting and building game type of games, but it is a lot more fun when you're playing with people that are doing all the work as well, you know. So
yeah,
yeah, I haven't played too much.
I guess starting it out, it's more boring than once you know exactly what to do and what to try for.
Exactly.
Yeah, right now I'm not vibing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
To the bosses part. I think that the bosses, from what I've seen, have some very cool designs, and I like how one of the first things that the game guides you to is one of the altars for the boss, but you cannot fight it just yet. Like you're shown this is the altar. If you bring this altar to offerings, you'll summon the big bad, but you are not ready for that right now. So go on and get better. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing from other people playing it is that they're often surprised by how in depth the game is. Like there's things about survival that like you might not think of, but there is a system for that of just like, oh, your house needs to have a chimney, or if you make a fire inside your house, you'll smoke yourself to death and stuff like that. And then just like a lot of smaller things that just like, oh shit, like it was raining outside and then got really windy, so rain kept coming in from one side of the house that I didn't think it was going to get in, and that put out my fire, and so it was just like, ah, shit, So it seems interesting, but the graphics, maybe not great because of how many systems there are and stuff in that. Like that might be the sacrifice there, right?
Yeah,
it's like
they're very
simplified,
pixelated, not by choice.
Very old school RuneScape-ish.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, once it comes out at a full release, it will grab me more. Maybe if they improve the early stuff for people just coming in, maybe it will grab me more. Cool. But for right now, it hasn't. It hasn't. And so that's what I've been playing for the most part. Also, Gino, good news. Cyber Sleuth is $20 right now on Switch.
On Switch? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I highly recommend that game.
Okay, I'll see. I'll look into it. Cool.
Last thing that I forgot to write down is I played through Concrete Genie on the PlayStation.
You beat Concrete Genie, right?
Yeah, I beat it. Yeah, it's a real short game. It's only like 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 if you go get all of the collectibles and stuff like that. But it was good. I don't really have. I don't think I had that wow moment that some people had, but I enjoyed it. I liked the animation a lot, and I do want them to make more things like this, of just like, hey, here's a small short experience with a unique art style that is a PlayStation exclusive, right? Or here's an Xbox exclusive like that. Because it reminded me of maybe something that the like Studio Leica would do. They do a bunch of like stop motion style things there, and it looked neat. Like I was like, I don't think I've seen something like this in a video game yet. So that is what I enjoyed about that one. But that's it. That's what I've been playing.
Cool.
That's what we've all been playing.
I have Concrete Genie downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah. It's really short. I did it in one night. So.
I know, but I hear Concrete Genie is an easy platinum though. So
it is. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's literally the only reason I download. That's the only reason I download it is because I know it's an easy platinum. It's the only reason I got it.
There you go.
Well, that does it for that. So let's get on to housekeeping. No problems that time. Look at us.
Nice.
Moving on up in the world. If you guys did not know, we have multiple podcasts here at The Whatnauts. You guys can find out more information on our website, thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. Just type in The Whatnauts and all of our shows will pop up right there. Ignacio, you got to join us on the Captain's Log yesterday.
Yeah.
In which I learned that Ignacio plays tennis. I had no idea. There you go. Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Good stuff. It was a lot of fun recording the podcast yesterday. Talking to you guys.
Yeah. It
Not really suitable weather to play tennis outside right now.
I mean, over there, but here it's summer.
Yeah, a little too cold over here. Might lose the ball in the snow.
Over here it's summer. It's the right weather over here.
Indeed. If you guys like what we do, patreon.com/thewhatnauts is where you can support us for as little as $1 a month. We have a $3 tier where you guys can get all kinds of exclusive content for all of our shows. So go check that stuff out. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters at the $5 tier. So thank you, Sam, for helping us out and supporting us. We appreciate it and we love you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Sam was there
live-
yesterday for the stream.
Yeah, she was hanging out in the chat with us. Speaking of being in the chat, you guys can be in the chat Wednesday nights for Whatnauts Wednesdays on our Twitch channel, where we like to stream video games. And Friday nights we stream the Captain's Log. You guys could have seen Ignacio's beautiful face on live stream there. And that is twitch.tv/the Whatnauts is where you can check out all of that stuff. And again, if you guys want to support us, you guys can subscribe to our Twitch channel, which is about $4.99 for a tier 1 subscription. However, if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and you have a free subscription to give away. You just have to link your accounts, which is super simple. And then once you do, hopefully you guys will want to come subscribe to our channel, because that means we get more money and we can do bigger and better things. You know?
Yeah.
That's how it works. Give us all your money and we can do cool things.
This is a loose
cool things.
This is a loose reference to a streamer I don't think you guys watch, but if you guys show up to the stream and you show your support, it's because of people like you that the stream freaking rocks.
Yo. Help us freaking rock. So there you go. But that's about it for housekeeping. So let's get on to the news.
All right, guys. We got 3 news stories, or 3.5 news stories this week.
Some big
with
stuff,
a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff in them. So let's go through it. Number 1, we had a Nintendo Direct. Nintendo had its first general direct since 2019, not counting the exclusive game directs such as the Pokemon or the Monster Hunter one. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, but the general consensus seems to be that it was quite underwhelming. Although that doesn't mean there isn't anything to look forward to, so here are a few of the things I wrote down here that were announced in Direct. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about, you could add on to it, but let me go through all of these and then we'll talk about them. Cool. So the show started with a new fighter announcement for Smash Bros, which was Pyra/Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We also got Monster Hunter Rise got a new trailer showcasing some of the new monsters that hunters will be facing. Project Triangle Strategy was announced, and it's great that they can come up with an even worse name than Octopath Traveler, but this seems like a successor to Octopath, like we said earlier. And art style, and like Kyle said, takes on the gameplay mechanics something like Final Fantasy Tactics. This game is due for 2022, but they released a demo right after the Direct that Kyle has played. What else we got? Star Wars Hunters is a new free-to-play game coming to Switch. Aonuma walked in front of the camera to tell us that Breath of the Wild 2 news is not coming until later this year, but he announced Skyward Sword Remastered for Switch. And Mario Golf Super Rush Limbo, I don't know why I put that there. Super is coming to Switch, which was probably the most exciting news out of Direct. And the show ended with the Splatoon 3 announcement. Okay, there you go. And then let me just, Ignacio, you had it on here. I wrote all this up. Japan's Nintendo Direct. Japan had its own Nintendo Direct, pretty much same as the one that the rest of the world got, with a few exceptions. E-Baseball Professional Baseball Spirits 2021 Grand Slam. Okay, thank you. Crayon Shin-Chan.
Hell yeah.
Aura and Dr. Summer Vacation, a 7-day trip that never ends. And the Caligula Effect 2.
Yeah, do you guys know who Shin-Chan is?
No.
You gotta
I've never seen Shin-Chan.
Find it and watch it. It used to be on Hulu back in the day. I fucking love that show. It is amazing.
It used to be on TV back in the day.
Interesting.
My heart was broken the other day once I realized that the version of Shin-Chan that I grew up with and that we got here was a dubbed version of the US version.
Yeah, it was on Adult Swim.
And so, although I should have known, because the animes that get dubbed in the US are very clear. There's a very clear tell where if you look at the opening, when they are in Japan, they are all original animation that you do not see in the show. Whereas always every anime that gets dubbed in the US, they add animation from the actual show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Ignacio, what did you think of the Direct? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? What happened?
Like most people, apparently, it was a bit underwhelming. Not overwhelming. Underwhelming. It has been, again, over 500 days since we got a proper Direct, and then for the most part, I'm not interested in the games that got shown. I know a lot of people who are excited for Mario Golf, but I'm not a fan of golfing. And also, it looks a lot like what they did for Mario Tennis on the Switch. So it's like they added stuff, but not really. And so we'll see if people will actually enjoy Mario Golf Super Rush.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Skyward Sword. That's a game that I have been wanting to play for a while, and so finally I'll be able to play it on the Switch. Star Wars Hunters, that was a weird announcement because if you do not know, it's being made by Zynga. Zynga, the people that used to make
developer, right?
Yeah. Like they used to make Farmville or something like that. Something along those lines. And so it is weird that they're making a Star Wars game, which will be a third-person shooter. So a huge departure from what they've done.
Yeah.
Also, I'm excited that they announced a new Smash Bros. Characters, but I do not care about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So seeing another Xenoblade character on the game, it does nothing for me. And also Splatoon 3, did we really need a third one?
Yeah.
I don't even think that we need a second one.
It's about time, I think, for new Splatoon stuff. I haven't played the first two, so I haven't really gotten into it, but I think this would be something that I would at least check out on my Switch, because I feel like I miss those games.
Yeah. What's interesting about, Kyle, you saying that it's about time for a new Splatoon 3, I think a lot of people feel that it's about time for a lot of other things.
Yeah,
too.
Well, sure. That's absolutely right. But I know how big Splatoon is in Japan, right? And
that's true,
the fact that this was such a big hit on a brand new IP, they're just like, shit, no more. Splatoon 3.
Well, they've had so many of those, like Mario Kart 8. It has been such a huge hit, and no new Mario Kart.
Nothing.
But then Splatoon 3, which I think Splatoon 2 was basically a Splatoon 1.5. So if you played one Splatoon, you played all of them.
Yeah.
And so this was their one last thing announcement.
Have all three Splatoons come out since Mario Kart 8 has been out?
No.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
That's true. Oh my god.
Mario Kart 8 was on the Wii U, right?
Wii U.
Yeah.
So it was before the Switch.
Splatoon 1.
Splatoon 1
Wii U.
Okay.
But I think it was towards the end of the Wii U.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it probably all three Splatoon games will come out before we get another.
Just wild.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You are right. You are right.
Like that's an interesting piece of
news.
Right
Mario Kart 8 came out May 29th, 2014. Splatoon 1 came out May 28th, 2015.
God, that's crazy.
How much you were gonna bet Mario Kart 9 will be out on its 10-year anniversary of Mario Kart 8?
Probably, dude. Probably. But I want to ask Alan. I want to ask you, what did you think of the Monster Hunter Rise trailer? Did this interest you at all? What did you think?
I mean, my general thoughts. I mean, I watched the Direct live when it happened. Yeah. This is gonna be kind of a rough opinion, but like I never have any expectations going into the Switch Directs because I don't play Nintendo really. So really, anything Nintendo shows, I think is great. I didn't get into Xenoblade. I didn't get into Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I really like the representation of that series because it is still beloved and it's a really great series. That it's a really phenomenal RPG. So seeing more characters from that series is great to see. The Rise trailer I did really like. I didn't really like the spider monster, but I enjoyed it. after the Nintendo Direct, Cassie DeFritos from IGN of Nintendo Voice Chat streamed her playthrough of the demo of Triangle Strategy, and I hung out with her and we were talking a bit of Monster Hunter, so we're both pretty stoked on it and we liked everything that we saw.
Nice. I happened to be in that stream some creeping too. I was just watching, so
Cool.
Let's see. Triangle Strategy, just I don't like strategy games kind of like that. They're not really my cup of tea, so I'm not super stoked for that one. And other than that, my most exciting news was Splatoon 3. Me and my friend played the living crap out of Splatoon 2, and seeing Splatoon 3 is honestly probably the only Nintendo game I'm actually excited to get. Like, even more so than Monster Hunter Rise. Like, I really want Splatoon 3. Like, me, my friend, and Amy really want that game to play it because we love Splatoon.
Yeah, the thing about it is, I think this Direct had a lot of things for different people. It had something for everybody, I think. But it did become underwhelming in the fact that it has been more than 500 days since the last one. So people were expecting, if you're coming out, you got to come out hot with that kind of stuff. You got to bring the Breath of the Wild 2s
for Zelda. Right?
Yeah, the Metroid that people are waiting for. You got to bring, the heat. And
why you guys just accept what you got? Why? Nintendo fans are never satisfied. You guys are never satisfied.
So
you guys just want everything.
So
you guys want your cake. You guys want your cake, and you want to eat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo off you, Alan. I'm not.
We want cake.
You got it's a lie, Ignacio. The cake is a lie.
Okay. I'm not really much into Nintendo, like the Nintendo fans. Yeah. So the stuff that I did see, knowing what people are looking for and expecting, it did seem underwhelming. But I thought, Mario Golf looked cool. I'll try that out. I haven't played a Mario Golf before, so I'll play that one. Triangle Strategy, I've been playing a lot of Octopath Traveler lately. It looks like kind of the same thing, but Kyle tried it out, said it's super cool, like Final Fantasy Tactics, so I want to try that out. Other than that, I mean, it's just more games, so I'm looking forward to whatever they bring out and stuff like that.
How do you guys feel about Skyward Sword Remaster being $60? Everyone's real mad about that. How does that make you feel?
That's Nintendo.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense.
I'm mad that they only announced that one. Like, I'm happy that it's now on the Switch, that one, because it was fine when it came out on the Wii, but I know it's down at the bottom of the list for a lot of people. But yeah, I really want like Wind Waker on the Switch, or Majora's Mask, please.
Yeah,
please.
I think people would have been satisfied. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go first.
I just wanted to say that people would have been probably satisfied if it was like the 3D All-Stars, similar with Zelda. So,
yeah, because Zelda is having its anniversary pretty soon, actually. And so people were expecting that they would have something for Zelda like they did for Mario, at least.
If you want if you want something to complain about, like, no one complained about Bayonetta 3 or Metroid Prime 4. Like, if you're going to complain about something not being seen, like, I didn't see a lot of complaints about that.
Then you should have done it.
People weren't expecting that. People weren't expecting that. People were expecting Nintendo
I don't care about either of those games
for the Zelda anniversary. People were expecting that. No one.
Yeah.
Like, whenever. I mean, people are still gonna be disappointed not seeing Bayonetta and Metroid because we've been hearing about it for so long and yet we've seen nothing about it. But the Zelda thing is more relevant and more poignant because people were expecting Nintendo to choose something for the anniversary, and they, at least for now, are not doing that. And so that's one of the disappointments. Also, I think a lot of the disappointment with this Direct comes from the fact that Nintendo had a killer launch year for the Switch, and even its second year was really good. But ever since then, I mean, look at last year, where we got Animal Crossing, we got Paper Mario, which people are not that high on it.
Yeah.
And what else?
Luigi's Mansion
didn't get much less.
Oh no, it's 2019.
Much year.
Yeah.
And so we didn't get much last year, and now we do not know much about this year that people are actually excited for. And so people looked at the Nintendo Directs or they had the Nintendo Directs at such a high regard. And so going without them for so long, Nintendo saying that all these other mini directs or partner showcase, those will not go with the Nintendo Direct branding because we do not feel like they are up to that. And now they decide to go out with 50 minutes, and we didn't get anything that lived up to that, to it being the return of the Nintendo Direct after so long.
All right. Kyle, any closing thoughts on this Nintendo Direct?
It was fine. That's just about it. I think because it's been so long, kind of it was expected to not do so well, but it was fine.
Cool. No Silk Song.
That's the general consensus on it. It was fine.
Yeah,
Silk Song's not coming this year.
All right, guys. Let's move on to the next one over here. Number 2, Blizzard returns with BlizzCon after the cancellation of it last year due to COVID, duly named BlizzCon Line. We finally got some updates on Overwatch 2, among other things. So let me go through all of these. All right. We finally have seen what Vicarious Visions has been working on, and that is none other than Diablo 2 Resurrected, a remastered version of the classic action RPG coming to consoles and PC later this year. Continuing the Diablo announcements, we got a CG trailer for the Rogue class coming to Diablo 4, although there was no indication of the game coming out this year. World of Warcraft Classic is getting its Burning Crusade expansion, and I wonder how many expansions it will get until it eventually reaches Shadowlands and is not World of Warcraft Classic anymore. Speaking of Shadowlands, a new patch 9.1 update is coming titled Chains of Domination, including a new dungeon and 10-man raid, so good for those people. And then we got a bunch of Overwatch 2 information. Overwatch 2 was spoken about in depth with Jeff Kaplan and team in a behind-the-scenes video showing new maps, new modes, such as hero missions, which seem to be co-op PvE modes designed for people that don't like to do much PvP. We also got info on Overwatch 2's new story mode, which still seems to be early in development. Some of the classic characters got updated looks, and new hero Sojourn was shown off a little bit more. Other than that, not much out of it, but Kaplan says there will be more consistent news coming this year. So, Kyle, does any of this do anything for you? You like Blizzard stuff?
To be honest, not too much. The only thing I'm really interested in is Overwatch 2. Which I've been confused about, but not because I thought Overwatch 2 was confusing. I thought the reception to it was confusing. Because there was so many people just being like, I don't understand what Overwatch 2 is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, they explained it. It's actually pretty simple. It's basically just a story mode. And if you don't want that, then you're good. You're fine. You don't need it because all of the like multiplayer updates are coming to Overwatch 1 as well.
I mean, if that's what it is a bit weird that they call it 2. I'm not giving it
that's sure.
a subtitle.
I'll give you that. But yeah, just as far as like what this thing actually is, like I thought it made perfect sense of just like, hey, we're basically putting out a story mode and that's it. And so it seems like we've gotten some more details with that. So I had that general idea when they first announced it. I was like, what's the point of having an Overwatch 2? This is like a live service game. But I saw the in-depth the whole video with Jeff Kaplan and his team, and they really are working on making this an actual second game to the first one. They're not just adding new modes and new stuff. They're adding something I didn't mention here, which was they're adding skill trees to all the champions now.
So every champion is going to be able to be played differently based off of the skill tree that you're gonna, invest in. So they're changing a lot of the mechanics of the way the game plays in PvP and PvE, and really making it worth, people understanding that this is Overwatch 2,
Right.
And we obviously didn't see a lot of the story mode, but the story mode seemed super interesting. They're really dedicated to making it. The thing about Overwatch is that the characters' lore is so deep, so they've had animated shorts on all these characters and stuff like that. So the fact that they can finally put an actual story mode in the game and flesh out all those characters and their relationships is making it more. It's gotten me more invested in the idea of there actually being a second Overwatch, rather than thinking they're just doing this for money. Let's just slap a 2 on it, add some game modes, and make people pay. No, they're actually making this the next step in what Overwatch is. Just like Destiny 2 became its own thing. When you thought of Destiny, why would they make a second one? And then they've actually proven why there should be a second one. So I feel like that's what they're going to be doing with Overwatch here. But other than that, I was excited about Diablo 2. You guys play Diablo 2? Ignacio, you play Diablo 2?
No, not in.
You're not into these Diablo games? I was excited to see it. I've never played the first one. I only played Diablo 3. I played that one heavily. So I'm excited to see that come back in a remastered form. It looks pretty good. But other than that, BlizzCon is still going on today. I think today they're just doing a bunch of World of Warcraft stuff, so not really much there as it comes to news unless you're playing the game. But that's...
I had no idea that it was happening.
I actually did... Yeah, I forgot about
yesterday that. I was on YouTube and I saw that Kind of Funny uploaded their reactions to it, and so I had no idea that it was going on.
I did not know either, but yeah. There we go. But, we got it.
Blizzard doesn't do it for me. I'm not into any of their games.
Yeah.
At least Vicarious Vision themselves occupied.
Cool. Yeah. Alan, any thoughts on the BlizzCon?
No, I've only really played Diablo 3. I mean, I'll definitely check out Diablo 2. I mean, I'm pretty excited to check that out considering how much I like Diablo 3, but yeah, I don't play besides Diablo, I don't play a single Blizzard game, so this pretty much never even registered in my brain. Yeah.
Yeah, at least Diablo 2 Resurrected is coming out this year apparently, so that's something to look forward to there. Good for them.
But I mean, hey, if you like Blizzard stuff, Overwatch and everything else, then this was your time to shine, man. This was for you.
Yeah.
Just not for me.
Exactly.
I'm a bit surprised that it is coming. Diablo 2 is coming to console.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Is it pretty much every console?
Yeah, it's every console. Switch as well, yeah. Every console.
Yeah, I mean, Diablo 3 was for console, so I mean, it makes sense to bring Diablo 2 back to console as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Diablo 3 wasn't happened. So, I mean, yeah, of course, it makes sense for them if they did it for 3, do it for
2.
But I'm still a bit surprised.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the final news story here. Number 3. A prominent Japanese studio is reportedly making a Silent Hill reboot. This is over by Kenneth Shepard over on Fanbyte. By the way, Fanbyte, ever since Imran Khan joined, they have these little tidbits of all these new showcases. Yeah. And he's summarizing them very well. And so shout out to Imran there. Summarizing all that stuff on Fanbyte real good. Okay, so let's see here. According to a report from VGC, Konami has approached a prominent Japanese developer about a Silent Hill reboot and is planning on revealing the project sometime this summer. Sources close to the matter told VGC the new game would be a departure from previous games in the series but didn't elaborate on how exactly. Rumors of a Silent Hill revival have been circulating in various forms since the cancellation of Silent Hills in 2015. The entire story was prompted by a quote from Bloober Team CEO Piotr Babieno, who told GamesIndustry.biz the studio had been working with a famous publisher on another horror game. This led to speculation that the team was working on a Silent Hill game, which, if true, would mean 2 Silent Hill projects are in the works. We've been working for more than a year on another gaming project, another horror IP, and we're doing this with a very famous gaming publisher, Babieno said. I can't tell you who, I can't tell you what the project is, but I'm pretty sure when people realize we're working on it, they will be very excited. So Kyle, I know you're a big fan of Silent Hill.
Yeah,
you love horror games so much.
Horror master over here.
You excited for the new Silent Hill reboot or what? Since you've beat the medium, you know.
I'm interested to see what Bloober Team does next. They seem to really like horror games, but they like to experiment within that genre. Because they've done Layers of Fear, which seemed more traditional horror. They've done stuff like Observer, which is more of a sci-fi cyberpunk horror game, which I actually have been meaning to check that one out. But yeah, like I'm interested to see where this studio goes, because they just seem to be getting more and more notoriety as they continue making things. But beyond that, to be honest, I don't know anything about Silent Hills. Never played one. I don't really know what the story is, so I can't comment on that stuff.
Yeah,
but.
the only Silent Hills I played was the PT trailer, and that one was extremely scary. So if it's anything like that, I think if they can take inspiration from that, then they could have something special on their hands. But Alan,
Absolutely.
You're not scared of anything, so what do you think about this?
I mean, I think it's pretty exciting. From watching a lot of video essays that people do on Silent Hill 1 and 2 and the series in general, Silent Hill 1 and especially 2 are huge. Like, they mean so much to so many people. So rebooting Silent Hill 1, I think, is a good testing ground. If they reboot that one, if it's done well, hopefully they'll get the chance to then reboot, hopefully, Silent Hill 2, which I know is the more important one of the two. But, I mean, if it's a real thing and it comes out, I'll play it. I've never played a Silent Hill game, but I'm very interested because I kind of put Silent Hill and Resident Evil 4 in kind of that same category. So I'll play it.
Yeah. I just want them to reveal it. We've been hearing about the anyone working on a Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, it has been said that attach the names of so many people to their rooms.
Yeah.
But do we think that Bloober is indeed working on it? Because I don't think so.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
We know that the person who made the music for the medium was also working on. I think he is the original composer of the Silent Hills thing or something like that, but he's working with Bloober on something else. Bloober has been working on another game for they've said at least for at least the past year that they've said, like, hey, once people finally realize that we're working on this game, they'll be like, oh shit. So it seems like they are working on some big franchise, but we don't know what.
I mean, according to them, it's a big IP. At least,
Silent Hill would fit that, at least in the horror genre.
I do not think that they are working on it for two reasons. One, the rumor apparently Konami has approached another Japanese developer from what people know. So this would mean that there are two groups working on Silent Hill, which I doubt that would happen. And also because Silent Hill is very, very Japanese and very tied to Japanese culture.
Do you guys think there's sorry to interrupt, but do you guys think there's room for a remake of some Silent Hill thing? Like, what if they were like, "Hey, Bluebird team, we like what you've done with this stuff. We want you to do a ground up remake of Silent Hill 1 or something."
No.
I doubt it. Also,
no.
Like I was saying, the game or Silent Hill is so Japanese and so tied to Japan. Even the title Silent Hill is a reference to something in Japan, I think. And so I doubt that Konami would approach a Western developer for it. And the way that I think the quote should be read is that they are working on a horror IP and that they are working with a famous gaming publisher. I don't think that the publisher and the IP are connected.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't be assuming that because of this, it's Konami and it is Silent Hill because Konami owns a horror IP. I think they should be taken separately. That they're working with a famous publisher and that they're working with a horror IP.
Yeah.
See, if Konami is working with someone to try to do a Silent Hill reboot or remake, that's bad because the tangent. Silent Hill is such a lightning in the bottle because the original developers of those games, the original ones, Team Silent, their envision in Silent Hill only kicked off because their team was kind of in this back corner, kind of left alone from Konami interfering or having a lot of control on the project. So they were able to just make whatever they wanted. As Silent Hill grew in popularity and Konami started kind of jumping on to like have more creative control over the project, Silent Hill lost its lightning in a bottle aspect. So if Konami's working with someone to try to bring Silent Hill back, I think that's a bad thing because that takes away from the true creative vision Team Silent originally had when they made Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting.
Yeah, I don't want Konami reaching out. Like they can, but if they're rebooting Silent Hill 1, I'm worried Konami will change stuff or have control to switch stuff around to fit what they want it to be. Because as Konami got involved, Silent Hill like pretty much plummeted rapidly in terms of how successful it became.
Yeah, they made.
I gotcha.
So
yeah. All right, that's what we got for the news. Kyle, take us
yes, sir.
To the next one, my friend.
To new and notable. Here we go.
All right. Well, for our new and notable, we don't have too many, but our first thing is Ryu and Chun-Li are apparently joining Fortnite. Fortnite is just sucking everybody up.
Yeah.
Give me everyone.
Because
Fortnite got Chun-Li, but Mortal Kombat didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
God, that news story.
So good, dude. That's so funny.
So apparently in Fortnite, there's a place in the map where you can go and there's a bit open where on the other side you can see one of the levels from Street Fighter.
That's cool.
So I thought that was.
That is cool.
Yeah. So is anyone excited to play these characters in Fortnite or eh?
I haven't played
unless. Sorry.
No, I haven't played in a while, but I'm waiting for like the next, Kratos or something to pop up in there.
I would be more excited if they did something like with the Marvel characters, where if they let you do a Hadouken or something like that.
All right. Rage 2 and Absolute Drift are currently free on the Epic Games Store, but you only have until February 25th, which is not far away from right now. So, you better already have these, or
I already
sorry.
Them, so.
Cool.
Picked them up myself.
Hawkeye's story expansion. No.
Before we move on, I think that's something pretty cool that Epic does, where they are constantly giving away free games. Like they show you, or what they do is that they give them out, and then they show you the next free game that's gonna be available, and so there's constantly a free game that you can grab.
It just reminds me of like PlayStation Plus or the Xbox Store where you get like the free monthly games. Yeah. It reminds me similar of that.
But these are free. You don't need any subscription.
You just you have them.
Yeah.
So, Hawkeye's story expansion is coming to Marvel's Avengers on March 18th, alongside finally the now current gen PS5 and Xbox Series X versions. So maybe the game's not dead in the water.
We'll see. They've done two bow and arrow characters in a row, and this was all stuff we were supposed to have like back in December
last year. Yeah. Although it is pretty cool that it is a continuation of the previous story content with Kate Bishop. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hopefully next time we get something that is really new. Well, there's another bow and arrow character.
So no one's excited for this particularly. Well, hopefully, if you're excited for Hawkeye, then he's coming soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Microsoft is boosting the frame rates for some of the backwards compatible titles. These games include Far Cry 4, Watch Dogs 2, UFC 4, Sniper Elite 4, and New Super Lucky's Tale. Lucky, that's a weird... I don't like the apostrophe S at the end of that. New Super Lucky's Tale, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
So hey, get boosted.
What a peculiar list.
Yeah. And then lastly, if you've been excited, Fall Guys is coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox consoles this summer.
The game is dead.
That's exciting.
Just kidding.
The game is dead. I really wish they would stop releasing these already dead games the second they come out.
Yeah. So dead.
You already know if you don't play it day one, you already know the game's dead. If you're not playing it day one, next day it's dead. It's like, hey, did you play this game? Nah, it's dead.
Yeah.
And that was all for our new and notable. That's all that's new. And I guess that's all that's notable.
There you go. Let's get on to our...
all that we have left.
Lightning round.
So finally, we got a trailer for the Mortal Kombat movie. And I gotta say, it's looking a bit interesting. It's piquing my interest.
It was a good trailer.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was a good trailer for a Mortal Kombat movie. I think that it's as good as a Mortal Kombat movie can be.
When's it come out?
Well, it will come out both on theaters and on HBO Max day and date on April 16th.
Nice.
So, pretty soon. I won't have to wait more. Sony is being sued for the DualSense Drift. So,
take that,
do you guys
Sony.
have you guys experienced any drift with your DualSense?
I have not. Well, actually, I think I have, but it's weird because I've experienced it only in certain games. And for some reason, I don't experience it in others. So I don't know if that's drift or if that's the game or whatever it may be, but... Yeah.
No, it shouldn't be drift in that case. But yeah, I mean, there are always lawyers out there waiting to sue someone.
Yeah, Sony, you can't have a DualSense drift because that's Nintendo's thing.
Exactly, yeah. Another
it's not only Nintendo's thing. It happens to other controllers and stuff like that. But yeah, more recently, it's been famously the Joy-Cons. I haven't had mine drift. I've had a PlayStation 4 controller start to drift, and I had to get a new one after that. But I really haven't heard any scuttlebutt online to be like, oh, the DualSense is terrible. It's drifting. Oh, like, this was actually the first that I heard. And it's like, you're already suing them? Not just like, hey, guys, am I the only one here? No? What should we do about that, you know? That was strange.
Luckily, I've never experienced drift, not even with my 2 pairs of Joy-Cons.
All right, so let's get them on Nintendo's butt to sue them now. Let's go.
Yeah,
they are already suing Nintendo.
Let's go.
I think that even these same people are suing Nintendo. Moving on, lead Shadowbringers writer Natsuko Ishikawa returns for Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker.
This is all me, dude. This is all me. Like I said, Shadowbringers Final Fantasy XIV Online is the best Final Fantasy story. I'll stick to that. A lot of people have been saying that lately now from the stuff I've been reading. So I'm glad that I have people in agreement with me there. So the fact that the lead writer is writing the next expansion, nothing but good. Nothing but good, my friend. Super excited for this.
Good for you.
And this does work for a Game of the Year. Alan, just so you know. This is
I think it does count.
Yes, this does count. There you go.
Because at least it's not a re-release. It's not a...
Yeah.
Proud of you, I guess. I don't know what you want to hear. Congratulations.
That's what I want. Yes, exactly. There you go.
Congratulations.
Moving on. We already talked about this before, but Valheim is Steam's biggest ever launch for a survival game.
Yeah,
On February 14, Valheim hit an all-time peak of 387,443 players on Steam. That's concurrent. That's people playing at the same time. Making this the second highest number of concurrent plays for a survival game on Steam. Terraria currently holds the record, although this was an unusual spike as a result of the announcement of its final update. So Valheim is killing it right now.
Good for them, dude.
Rainbow Six Quarantine is now Rainbow Six Parasite, but it isn't. But it probably is. So, from what I understand, the name Rainbow Six Quarantine came from like an internal thing or an internal test for quarantine. Rainbow Six Parasite came from an internal test for Quarantine, but Ubisoft later came out saying that that isn't the final name. But I think it probably is the final name.
I mean, it's cool. It's a cool name. I don't see why they wouldn't stick to it.
Yeah. But it is a bit weird that Ubisoft still isn't committed to changing the name or a new name from Quarantine.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Next up, Microsoft revealed a new Xbox headset. Anyone excited for that?
I mean, as a PlayStation owner, no.
Good for them.
I'm not a headset person. I have good headphones already, and I have a nice microphone, so I don't really see the point of that. I also don't game in my living room, and I don't really stream yet. And if I did, I would be here in this room where I have my mic and stuff like that. So it's just like, okay, it's neat, but
one cool thing that it does is that it actually can connect at the same time to your console and to your phone, and so you can have the chat on your phone while listening to the game on the console. That's pretty cool technology that I hope people in the future will pick up.
Yeah,
it is a neat idea. Speaking of Microsoft starts a new program to help make more accessible games, connecting developers with players with disabilities to test their games and give feedback. Pretty good move from Microsoft, still committing to making games more accessible, which, of course, it's always pretty good. The more people that can play them.
Yep.
There you go.
Bungie plans on releasing their first non-Disney IP before 2025.
That sounds cool.
Forward to.
Hey, they got 4 more years.
Yeah.
Hey.
But 2025, it feels so far away, but it will be here.
That sounds cool.
And finally, Little Nightmares creator confirms that it's done with the series. But Namco could carry it on regardless.
No.
Well, I hope it's because they have chosen to move on and move forward with something else rather than
they've said that we're done with this series because this is what we wanted to make.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that it's actually Namco that owns the IP and not them. So I don't remember if they got bought out or something, but
I think from what I understand, the Little Nightmares developers are a part of Tencent. I think. I think it was Tencent.
Okay.
It was someone big, and so for them to keep making Little Nightmares, Namco owns IP, so probably Tencent doesn't want them to work on something that they do not own.
Yeah.
So
which would make sense.
That it could be one of the reasons as to why. But still, Namco owns it, so they could do whatever they want with it.
I mean, done with the series. They ended on a strong note. I'm happy for them. And whatever they decide to do next, I'm there.
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
And that's it for the lightning round.
There you go.
Right.
That's it for the news.
Good stuff. Good week in video games, you know?
Yeah.
Well, unless you were excited for that Nintendo Direct, then you were underwhelmed. So.
I'm playing with my hair.
Unless you were excited for the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, rip Nintendo Direct. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was an okay week in video games. You know, that Nintendo Direct, you know, is solid like 2 out of 10. You know, very underwhelming.
A solid 2 out of 10. Solid is not the word I would use to describe a 2 out of 10.
Hey, you know what?
It is a 2 out of 10 through.
Anyways,
Yep.
You know what?
what are
That
we
Nintendo
excited
was so
about
good.
for this week, though?
So good. Spent $60 on it.
Who?
What are we excited
Me?
about this week? Alan, let's start with you. What are you excited about?
Well, I've got a couple. I mean, I post on Twitter, but I finally actually have my first full weekend off, so I'm technically living for my excitement right fucking now.
I saw that.
Heck yeah, dude.
So you're
living the excitement right
no
now.
longer working weekends. Is that just this weekend, or is
It's
it like
just
for the
this
next?
It's just this weekend.
Ooh,
Next
enjoy
weekend,
it
back
while
to
you can.
Back
my
to
friend.
Saturday. No, I'm excited to get my Platinum Little Nightmares 2 for an idea that I have. I'm excited to do another idea that I have, and I'm reaching out to people on Twitter. There's a guy who's playing Vanheim who I'm talking to, and I'm just excited to meet more people and make new friends and continue streaming 3 days a week. That is my generic excitement.
Sounds
There you
good,
go.
man.
Good stuff. Gino, what about you?
I don't know about anything this week. I'm excited. In general, I'm actually excited for Diablo 2. You know, I wanna mention that I'm excited for that coming out. I'm looking forward to playing a game like that again. And I'm gonna say it every week. I'm excited for Shadowbringers. I mean, not Shadowbringers, Endwalker, Final Fantasy.
Well, the good news is you can play Shadowbringers right now.
I could, and I am. That's what I'm going to do this week, I guess. I'll play that. And I'm also excited for Kenna. Let's keep putting that out there. Let's keep putting that energy out there. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. Apparently coming out next month.
Release? I was okay.
Next month, but no release date announcement for it yet. But it's coming out next month. I'm holding on to that. So let's hope that happens.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Optimism is pretty admirable. I'll give you that.
Ignacio, what about you?
Oh man, you know who has an anniversary this week? Pokemon. Huh?
Oh.
Come on, let's go.
Has
Pokemon Direct.
anniversary.
Come on, announce a remake. Announce more stuff. Come on, Nintendo. There's no way this could be disappointing. There's no way they do not do anything for their anniversary. Right?
You know it's just gonna be Sinnoh remake. Come on.
Sinnoh remake. I want a Sinnoh remake.
Imagine we wake up
Fingers
Monday morning and the official Pokemon Twitter account says, "Hey, join us on Wednesday for the anniversary Pokemon Direct. It's going to be half an hour."
Hey.
What game are you hoping? Are you hoping they announce first?
Sinnoh remake.
Yeah.
Remake,
That's all we want.
Yeah, either
works.
that or a Let's Go for Johto.
No, what you get, Ignacio, is you
I'd be
get
excited for that.
you get a 30-minute showcase of new Pokemon Snap, and that's it.
Oh,
That's what I was
That's
about
it.
to say. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
No,
Probably.
That's
Be
it.
realistic here, you know.
All they give you.
And it's a big if the Pokemon Company does do something. Luckily it's the Pokemon Company and not Nintendo doing it. So
20 minutes of Pokemon Snap gameplay and the announcement that there will be more cards in stores for people to buy.
Oh my
and
God.
keep streaming.
the McDonald's card. But I know hopefully if they do it, it is the Pokemon Company. So they have had I think less of a track record of disappointing people than Nintendo. Fingers crossed for there to be actually something this week. Rumors say the 25th, but who knows?
We'll see.
There you go. For me, I am excited to dive back into Little Nightmares 2. Hopefully finish that up this week. Beyond that, I don't know. We're still in like a
Outlast. Outlast.
Outlast? No, not happening, Ignacio.
I'm gonna get you to play it.
Kyle.
Yes.
When you played Little Nightmares 2 and you were at the hospital and you were behind the X-ray machine and you turned it on, did you hold Six's hand?
I thought I did.
That's a trophy. I didn't do that.
Because it's a trophy.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Oh, I didn't get a trophy, but yeah, I went back behind there. I was like, I wonder if I can do something here, and I thought I held their hand because that was basically all I could do right there. Right,
Mm-hmm.
you're just standing there, but
See, friends, this is what we call fake gamers. There's some fake gamers in here.
Or
Alan, you have a
gamers
problem
that do
with
too
trophies,
much.
and we need an intervention. We need an intervention.
Addiction is a real problem, right? You know, like
I can stop
it's a
collecting
disease.
I can stop collecting trophies any day.
Do it.
Yeah, we
now.
also what Crash Bandicoot.
Cold turkey right now.
But that doesn't work
so
because
that's fine.
sometimes they have trophies that are story related, so I have to still collect them anyways.
You don't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to collect.
Okay, so what if a story trophy that's given to me automatically, I just don't collect it? I have to. It's story related. See, I can't stop. We got to keep going.
If I'm gonna get one trophy, I'm gonna get them all.
That's how it works.
But anyways, that about wraps us up for this week. So let's do all our social media stuff. Alan, where can they find you? You mentioned you're streaming 3 times a week.
Yeah, you can come hang out with me and make fun of me for dying nonsensical deaths in Little Nightmares, or watch me play any other thing. I might play Doom 2016 and finish it for the first time. And you can watch me there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/AzurePKK. AZURE capital PKK. Yes, that's 2 Ks, not 3 that someone thought I said. Do not be fooled.
Azure PKK. K?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
And Gino, what about you?
You guys can find me over on Twitter at Gino_Viteri. That's GINO_VITERI.
Oh,
Ignacio.
there you go.
Your turn, my friend.
Everyone's copying me with spelling it out.
No.
No. People can find me on Twitter at IgnacioRojasB. That's IGNACIOROJASB.
You guys can find me at Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter and Instagram. I refuse to spell it out because I'm cool and unique and different from everyone else here. If you guys want to stay up to date with our shows, we are at the Whatnauts on Twitter. Alan is giving me the slow clap. You guys can find us at the Whatnauts on Twitter. So go like, share, subscribe, do all of that stuff. I'm not sure what will be planned this week for Whatnauts Wednesdays, but be on the lookout for that. We'll be playing something. Who knows? But yeah, Whatnauts Wednesdays, twitch.tv/the Whatnauts. Go like, share, subscribe. If you have nice things to say, we could use some good reviews on the podcast apps that you guys use. So please help us out because that will get our podcast in front of more and more people. So there you go. That is that. That's it for this week. So I guess we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
See you guys.
Later.